Hi everyone, I'm Benita, the host of Layoff to Liftoff, and I'm excited to chat with my guest today, Donald King. At 25, he was building in the AI space at a Big Four consulting firm. He was ambitious, talented, and fully leaning into what felt like his dream job. Then came the day that changed the trajectory of his life without him having a say in it. It forced him to rethink who he was, what he wanted, and what he would build next. Today, he's the CEO of AMDK Marketing, and we're going to talk about what the day actually felt like and how he turned it into something bigger. Welcome, Donald.
Hello, audience.
So the premise of the show is pretty simple. You tell about the day it happened, where you are now, and inspiring advice for others. So let's dive right into it. Tell us about the day you were laid off.
So a year and a half ago, October 2024, 6 a.m., this buzz next to my head. And I look at my work phone and there's a meeting invite that just says important HR and a partner that I've never met in a few hours. And so then that day, I'm also the first place winner of our AI hackathon. So there's like probably 30 to 40,000 people on this call. I'm presenting to everyone about how I won this hackathon, my winning AI agent solution. I was in the AI factory at the time, but I knew that something was coming later. So I set up my smartphones next to my laptop and recorded the meeting. Got laid off, which was horrible. It was like probably the worst moment I've had in a while. Felt like my whole universe was like collapsing. Then I decided to not apply to jobs. My girlfriend and I were sitting on the balcony after it happened. I gave it a few days of rest, and then she just looked at me and she was like, "You know what? Why don't we chase our dreams of building a company together and working for ourselves?" And so I did, and I posted it on TikTok just out of hopes of basically generating attention without really knowing where to direct the attention towards. So I started a challenge, 30 days to build a startup after I got laid off. On day 14, it blew up and went viral. Got 1 million views in one day, notifications blowing up. And that moment I knew something was there. So at the time, I was building this company called Billy, which was an AI agent enterprise trying to pitch to YC. But our engineers and we just weren't focused enough and we didn't hit our deadlines on time. So I pivoted on day 26 to AMDK Marketing.
Before you go on, I just wanted to just stop a little bit and we'll get into all that stuff. The day that you were laid off, and I was going to ask you this question because I always wonder why people record their layoffs and put it on TikTok. Because for me, I was laid off in person, but I can't imagine putting a phone and recording it because I would be devastated and ugly crying while it's happening. But what made you record it? You knew something was happening because you saw the meeting invite, but what gave you that inkling to press record and then post it?
So there's this like story about in like the 1500s when Hernan Cortez tried to find the city of gold in Mexico, right? And what he did was he burned his ships. He took the boats from Spain all the way to Mexico. Everyone got off the ships and then he burned the ships so there's no way to go back. So that's what I was doing. When I set up the phone to record, I knew there was no way back. I knew that like it was do this or do nothing. And so I think I just needed that to actually go and start chasing and building something that was really difficult, which is starting my own company. So I think you have to be a little crazy to have an entrepreneurial journey. And so I think I was a little crazy in the moment to let that happen.
Okay. And so that video, I looked at it. There's a couple videos you posted. You put like a short one and then a longer one. In that video, you did mention, like you did before, that you won a hackathon that day. And you did ask if you would get rewarded the $1,000 that was promised. So my question to you is, did you get it?
I did. I had to chase them for weeks after, but I did get the $1,000. Yeah, I did.
Well, I'm glad you got it. Did anybody from that company reach out to you after you posted that video?
Yeah. Oh yeah, tons. I mean, Everyone. Lots of people, like my manager. I remember my manager asked me, like, how many people get rehired to corporate America after posting their layoffs? Like, just as a
Yeah.
rhetorical question. I was like, yeah, I'm not going back. But yeah, I think when you go viral, it's a very weird experience because everyone you've ever met in your life is like, oh, you just popped up on my For You page. People you haven't
Mhm.
talked to in years and years and years. And they're like, are you okay? Like, is everything okay? So it was very like weird, humbling experience to be kind of like naked and out there at my lowest moment. But
Yeah.
those are the things that go viral, and sometimes that's like the sacrifice you make to get attention. And if you can leverage that attention in some way to grow something, then I think it does overall.
Yeah,
Now,
it's your story, right? It's what pivoted you to do what you want to do and build your own company, which is exactly what you're doing. So switching over to that, now you're in the midst of building your company, AMDK Marketing. Tell us a little bit about how that dream came about. How did you go from your AI space to this marketing company? I'm sure it incorporates both. So tell us a little bit about that and some of the challenges and surprises you've encountered along the way.
so I knew I wanted to enter after the AI agent kind of startup. I kind of stepped away from that. I mean, they're still going. I'm still like advising them, but I knew that I wanted to be involved in the creator economy. I think
Mhm.
it's just insane the growth that's been happening on short form content, and a lot of it is like brain rot kind of content,
Yeah.
but I wanted to fight that with some more educational type of content and also bring brands onto it and help blow brands up as well and help people out, right? So primarily that was the inkling. And then basically, right, my girlfriend, soon to be fiance, is a marketing consultant. So she knows all these things and she's more like the brain behind the execution and the strategy. So I'm just kind of like the face on the marketing, and she helped me out kind of launch everything and was like sort of like my manager in a sense. So once like it basically was like, okay, I blew up on social media. Wow, this is really powerful. I should try to help other people blow up because it really did change my life. And so that's pretty much the whole genesis of the marketing agency. It's like so many hundreds of other marketing agencies are out there. Like it's very saturated space, but there's still enough room for everyone to eat.
Right.
If that makes sense. And also, I think starting the agency model is a very easy way to start and learn business. So you don't really need any upfront costs to fund it or anything like that. It's just set up the LLC for $300 and set up the website for $18 or whatever, design on Canva, and boom, you have a business, right? So
Right.
just learning all of the different aspects, marketing for myself, sales for myself, delivering, executing, accounting, finance, like all those things kind of wrapped around an agency model were a lot easier to learn than spend 6 months building something and not sure if it's going to
Mhm.
go or not, right? So a lot of my skills are people facing, pitching, and so forth from consulting.
Yeah.
So that really helped me a lot.
Yeah. I'm doing this podcast. I'm 15 episodes in. My goal for 2026 is 20. So I'm definitely on track to do that. I'm definitely going to do more, but that was my short goal. And I do post on like short form content on social media. I just like really started to do that in 2025. So not a huge following or anything like that. But what I talk about a lot is the loneliness of it sometimes with building your brand because yes, my family knows, my friends know, but they don't see all the work that goes into it. And your brain is constantly thinking about what to post next, what to do next, how can I upskill myself? Should I spend the money to upskill myself? And I was just thinking when you were talking about your girlfriend and starting this business, like it's so great to have that partnership that you can bounce ideas off of, but also she knows what you're going through on a daily basis because she's in it, in the weeds, in the details with you. How is that relationship? Do you guys butt heads a little bit? How do you separate work from personal? Has that been challenging?
Yeah, it's definitely not for everyone. I think only
Yeah.
9% of people are business owners, right? For a reason. Communication, right? It's forced us to communicate just so much more, over communicate everything. I mean,
Mhm.
I really do feel a lot of stress sometimes, right? And so does
Yeah.
she. But just talking about it, communicating about it, and we come out on the other end a little bit closer, a little bit stronger. And also having like the shared dream and the shared passion really just, I mean, to me, there's no better life than spending time working with the person you love, because it doesn't feel like work at all when you're doing something you're passionate about.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's definitely challenging. Like if we're fighting or something, definitely things can be slightly dodgy sometimes, but we don't really fight. We like to communicate. So I think we just have I don't know, we just got really lucky. I think that's like the best way to put it. We were both really lucky that we found each other and that we both really love what we do. So it
That's great.
kind of worked out.
Yeah. So we talked about the day it happened, what you're up to now with your business. What advice would you give people who are currently laid off or think it's coming?
So I'm only 26 and I've only been laid off once, and I did something crazy after my layoff. So caveat, right? But my advice would be if you just got laid off, take the first week and just chill and let your brain process. You probably haven't had a break in your life since, I don't know, high school, since you had your first high school job, since you've gone through college and done all these things. The economy is like in a really interesting place right now. So you're not alone. And once you've had that week to kind of settle down, like really decide what you want to do and what's out there right now for you to take, or if you want to go and build something, go and do it. You won't really have another time to do so. Now, if you are looking for jobs, yes, it is like a tougher situation right now, but there are so many tools out there to help you get better and upskill, and then also things will just like apply to jobs for you for free, right? There's tons of things out there. So I would say leverage as much of your network as possible and get into the tool as much as you can. But also, like, I didn't go back to the job market. I went and started my own business. So if you're on that path and you want to start your own thing, I would just say go and execute, go and do things. Don't spend time thinking and whiteboarding. Like, just go and do it. Go post a video, go see what happens, and go talk to people and see if you can break into a new market or create something or offer new value to the world. If you're part of that 9%, you'll know it. It'll be like this hunger in the back of your head. You'll know you want it. Come join my community. Come join my entrepreneur community.
There you go. So before we end, do you just want to plug your company, AMDK Marketing, how to get in contact with you, how to connect with you, all that good stuff?
Yeah, if you're a brand and you need help growing on social media, we specialize in short form. AMDKmarketing.com. Come follow me on Instagram at Donald the King. I run a free community of entrepreneur creators. So if you're kind of in this business or creating content around your business, tons of free stuff in there to help you grow and get better and also not feel so lonely.
There you go. Well, Donald, that's all we got for today. Pretty simple. And we will be looking at your content to see when you finally get that ring for your girlfriend. All right. Thank you so much for being on this podcast. I appreciate it.
Appreciate you. Have a good one.